No, ladies, you ever stop and wonder if you're allergic to relationships? Hi ladies, it's your girl Anna. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to share with you 5 signs that you could be allergic to relationships. Now, the first sign is this. Do you find yourself just dating on and no matter what, you're just in this vicious cycle and you can't come out of it? You just never ever really get towards a relationship, or if you get close to a relationship, you kind of back out and then you find yourself repeating that cycle again. That's a clear indication that you might be allergic to relationships. And the allergy here is really concerning just what it takes to keep a relationship going. It's a lot of work and energy and effort, and you might not feel up to it. So whenever you find yourself putting out too much, you just back out. You enjoy the dating process, you enjoy the chase, a man is pursuing you and everything. But once you start to find yourself in a situation where you're now locked in with a person, you start to feel a little, you start to feel that little ick. Another clear sign that you might be allergic is that you can't see yourself putting up with any man's antics and all of that. So yes, you want a man in your life and everything, but you're not really sure to what extent you want that man in your life, because when you stop and think about what it requires, all his needs and expectations and everything, is like it just turns you off. And some women are like that, they want to be in a relationship, but when they find themselves getting closer and closer to being in that relationship, they start to wonder, oh, hold on a second, what does this man expect of me? What do I now have to do to keep this man? You understand? So when you stop and think about the process itself, it might turn you off a little. So everything is good as long as he doesn't take it that far. But ladies, if you want to be in a loving and happy relationship, or even take things further to marriage, you're going to have to cross that bridge. As scary as it is, it's like a little rope bridge. And the challenge is that even if you cross that bridge, you're not really sure what you're going to get on the other side of that bridge and everything. And that's the gamble of the whole process, right? So that might be part of the reason why you pull back when you stop and think about really what, what the man is going to want and expect of you and all of that. And it can be a turn off. Another reason could be that you fear his expectations. You're having daily communication and everything. You have an idea of what he wants, but you're not really sure. And the fear of the unknown could make you feel, a little withdrawn from the process, where you don't really want to go into a full-blown relationship because you're not really sure what's in it for you. So when you're not clear on the expectations, especially in the beginning, it will increase that level of fear, So you might start to feel a little anxiety, like, okay, things might be getting serious with this man, but no, I'm not really sure what he expects of me. So while you're in the dating process, you're not going to get all the information you need, but keep the communication going, right? Probe as deeply as you can to get information. Don't wait until you're locked into a serious relationship with a man, then all the, the jacks start popping out the boxes and everything, and then you're overwhelmed by that process. So that can be a reason why you're a little fearful of going into a relationship, because you're really not sure what the expectations are. So discuss all of these things in the dating stage, see where you agree and disagree on some things and everything. Do not set unrealistic expectations, and don't thrive to meet unrealistic expectations from someone else either. Alright, this one is pretty obvious, where you might be allergic to relationships, where every time you get to that point where you can tell that it's you and this guy, we're in this together, we're doing this, you start to feel that ick. I mentioned ick before, but if you understand what I'm saying, there's just this thing that does full-fledged, you just don't want to do it. You don't want to be in a relationship with this person and everything, and then you start to back out and you're not even sure how you're going to tell him that you don't want to do this, That could be a sign that you're allergic to relationships. Once it gets to that point is where you start backing out. I think I said this already, but forgive me, it doesn't matter, we're not counting. I guess we are counting, yeah, but whatever. You get to that point where this feels too much like a relationship. This is too intense, I don't want to do this and everything. That could be a sign that you're allergic to relationships. So you find yourself in situations that resemble relationships, and then it starts to turn you off, right? You start to feel like, okay, why am I catering to this man's needs? Why am I doing all these things? It's too much, it's too intense. That could be a sign that you're allergic to relationships, because when you're in a relationship that you want to be in, you should not feel that way. You should feel excited, you should feel the joys of the partnership and all of that, and enjoy that process together. But if you being in that process feels more like work, that's a clear indication that, hey, this is not really for me. The relationship is not for me. And this is not something that's physically wrong with you. There could be emotional stresses, past trauma, and other things that kind of influence the feeling of you not wanting to be in a relationship, and that's something you can work on. But first, you must admit that that's a reality for you, where this is where I'm at right now. This is how I feel about it and everything. Once you acknowledge that as a fact, then you can start the work to deal with it, to alleviate those fears and all of those things. Or at the end of that process, you might decide that, hey, relationships are just not for me. I'm not cut out for relationships, and you just decide, hey, you're not going to venture down that path. You never know what the outcome may be, but you need to allow yourself time to assess and process those things about yourself. Don't just jump into relationships, and don't push past that ick. There's that icky feeling. Don't push past it. Accept it, acknowledge it, and address it, ladies. We want to be on a path that's fulfilling, loving, and enjoyable and everything, right? And lastly is, well, I guess all these steps are really repetitive. It doesn't matter. So you're going through the process and everything with him, you're dating and everything is good and nice and everything, but the moment you realize that this man is ready to commit to you, you freak out. The moment you see that he wants to commit, say, hey, we're in this together, you're my girlfriend, or maybe the labeling is what scares you. He starts to put a label on it. That could be a sign that you're allergic to relationships, right? So yeah, but again, as I said before, you need to just assess yourself, be honest with yourself, and say, what is causing me to feel this way? Why do I not want to take that jump, that leap to be in a full-blown relationship? Check yourself on those things. And ladies, the more you erode these fears and these issues that you have, it makes your life much better, because you won't have to live in denial, and you also won't put yourself in situations that you can't handle. You'll be honest with yourself where relationships and marriages and those things are concerned. So yes, ladies, those are some, let me not say 5, right? I don't know. Maybe there were 2 expressed in 5 different ways, who knows? But these are just signs that you might be allergic to relationships. So be on the lookout for that and address them as they come and everything. Never ever be in denial of the truth. Always face the truth about yourself and everything, and communicate as best as you can to the men that you're dating. If you're getting to a point where a relationship is getting serious with someone and you're not really feeling it, be sure to communicate that with a person. You want to tell them why that is so, and if they're willing to work through that with you, that's fine. If not, then you're on to the next, right, ladies? So don't allow yourself to be compromised in any way where you're put in situations that you can't handle or you don't want to be in. Remember, it's one life and it's your life. So just as our man is making a decision for himself, you need to make a decision for yourself that benefits you as well. Okay, ladies? So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out another video before you go. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and be sure to like and share this video. I don't really get a lot of comments and everything, I guess because my channel is still, growing and all of that, and that's okay, but I do appreciate feedback. So be sure to drop your views in the comments below. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.